The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
It's Friday. That means Harry has a gun held to his head and is forced to do a debrief of the previous week.
Yeah, we open up Microsoft Word, put a few notes down, get it done. I would have loved to have included Ellie's hat into
Or
that
maybe
would've been good.
do a whole debrief on the hat.
Yeah.
I think that deserved it.
Quite a statement, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But this week, you guys unearthed a brand new artist through one of the footy players.
Yeah, it's true.
You ready to hear it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Nathan, Nat and Sean's Weekly Debrief.
Nathan, Nat and Sean thought they'd kick off everyone's week with the delightful sound of childbirth.
It's happening right now. Oh my God.
At least the boys were sympathetic.
Can you imagine sitting on the toilet going, something's trying to come out? And knowing it's bigger than a poo.
We've all been in that situation.
I don't think you have, Sean.
And Nath was very careful to not forget who's really suffering.
She's really panicking the husband here.
God forbid.
Good call.
Frio's finest, Matty Pavlich, dropped by on Monday, and this time the attention wasn't on his beautifully thick thighs.
All I kept thinking about was that great mark you took, Pav, that game we played at the SCG, and then you ended up with sandburn all on his face.
I decided to take a divot of the SCG with my nose.
It was Australia's Grand Canyon there for a while.
Tuesday rolled around, and a couple of weeks after Nat recovered from scurvy, Nathan succumbed to a gross disease of his own.
Yesterday started breaking out in a rash. I think it was shingles. It was shingles, wasn't it?
Oh, yuck. Not to worry, because the shingle-free Liam Bartlett was in the house.
Has this microphone been disinfected? It's a very high chair, isn't it?
You're a tall man.
I always thought Nathan was quite tall, but now I've realised.
He's jacking it up to look down on us.
He's jacked it up all right.
This week, Nova hosted a bake-off for Australia's biggest morning tea. The judges, Sean and myself, fairly and diligently assessed the desserts. However, the second place getter and the creator of some sort of apple extravaganza seemed to have a few issues.
They put in judges for a bake-off who were scared of fruit. So you awarded it to something that A, wasn't baked and had lolly bananas in it.
I didn't know, Sean, apparently.
I rest my case about whether you would hire you two to be the judges of a bake-off when you can't even tell if something's been baked or not.
It looked pretty baked to me. Anyway, Gov popped in this week and told us about his mate that had a few beers and changed his name to...
Jose Swift. Jose Swift. Jose Swift.
Taylor's younger brother?
Yes.
Sean Darcy also dropped by this week and is still dealing with the West Australian printing fake news about him being out at the clubs. Hey, the West, here's some goss for you.
What would happen with you and your friend Griff when there was a nice sunset?
Yeah, we really like our sunsets, me and Big Griff, so every time it was a half-decent sunset, we'd call each other and go down the beach.
Now, why don't you print that?
Okay, that's the debrief done and dusted for another week. Can we get some more of that Jose Swift, please? I love that guy.
Spanish. Jose Swift.
Seems like the debriefs are getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, with longer and longer musical interludes.
Isn't it? So it's a bit confusing. You know what I mean?
Next week's it's going to be about a minute, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just maybe Monday show.
No, you won't remember. It's not going to like confuse anyone. You are working with the highlights.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.